Early in Sunday's Spanish MotoGP at Jerez, Marc Marquez crashed from third place, stating too much confidence as the cause. After being held back by pole runner Fabio Quartararo and Ducati teammate Francesco Bagnaia, the sprint race winner and local crowd favourite appeared to be on track for a double triumph. However, on lap 3 at turn 8, Marquez went above the limit. The 8-time world champion got back to finish 12th and placed his fastest lap of the race on lap 18 of 25, even though he had to rejoin at the back of the pack with a damaged bike. Speaking after his victory in the official Jerez test on Monday, Marquez acknowledged his mistake. "There was a crash yesterday and almost managed to save it, but I need to stay away from it, I thought, since I entered too quickly. I also realized that I was moving too quickly. However, I made an effort to stay inside the boundary of being a little wide. Because I feel great on those left corners. In a left corner, it was the season's first crash. I therefore responded, okay, I will stay online, since I had faith in myself. But too much confidence made it impossible. In the future, I must use greater caution. 3 crashes in 5 rounds, as compared to 7 last year, is a far lower early season crash total for Marquez than it was in 2024. However, 2 of those crashes occurred at the most inconvenient times, at Sunday Grand Prix races in Austin and now Jerez. At Austin, the other fall was a quick practice high side in the rain. It's super strange because it's the year that I'm crashing less, but 2 times on the Sunday, he stated. The bike is operating really well because, as we can see, I was riding smoothly even without the wings and other extras. But if I want to fight for the championship, I need to learn about these mistakes. Heading into the French Grand Prix at Le Mans in 2 weeks, Marquez, who has won all 8 races he has stayed upright in this season, is currently 1 point behind his brother and Spanish Grand Prix winner Alex Marquez in the 2025 MotoGP World Championship. In contrast, Pecco Bagnaia finished 3rd in Sunday's Spanish Grand Prix after failing to pass Fabio Quartararo. The factory Ducati rider intended to focus on setup changes to improve his handling in tight turns, but unexpected gusty gusts compelled a shift in emphasis. "My list was intense," expressed Bagnaia. "In order for me to be more content with how I felt on the bike in the fast turns, we tried to concentrate on setup. However, it was challenging to see the difference clearly with all of this wind." In the end, Bagnaia and his Ducati Lenovo team chose to go back to a conventional setup and retest a few components that teammate Marc Marquez had selected earlier in the season, according to the Italian. "It's difficult to work on setup like this, so we just decided to go back to the standard setup and try the new items that actually Marc has been using since the beginning of the year. I had taken them off because the tests in Thailand were a bit of a mess." Despite his place on the timesheets, Bagnaia departed the test positive. "I'm happy with something, and we will bring it in Le Mans from the start," he stated. "I'll try other things again, like the swing arm, if the first day is sunny. In any event, I'm pleased, because we provided 2 items that should be useful." Although Bagnaia would not say what those 2 items were, he did say they had nothing to do with the chassis. He remarked, "It's difficult to say, but it's not about the chassis. In pre-season testing, Marc, who was the most comfortable, tried it, but I didn't because I wasn't in the right condition to do so. It was right that he tried it while I concentrated on something else." Marc Marquez finished the test as the fastest rider, but his Grand Prix mistake puts him 1 point behind his younger brother Alex in the World Championship standings going into Le Mans. In 3rd place, Bagnaia is 19 points further behind. Marc concentrated Monday's work on minor adjustments, like as front-end feel, electronics, and Michelin tyre work, since he currently sits just 1 point behind younger brother and Spanish Grand Prix winner Alex Marquez in the World Championship standings. "We had a lengthy strategy that included a ton of different elements. It's always little details, not big new things," he clarified. "A few of them are simply attempting again after the previous test in Thailand." However, the mood remained positive all day. Re-examining several pre-season electrical settings was one of the main topics. According to Marquez, this had not been adequately assessed because of the focus on selecting between the GP24 and GP25 concepts. We experimented with Michelin tires. I'm not sure which race MotoGP will introduce the new electrical software, but we tried it. Additionally, we retried a few electronic items from the pre-season, but we were unable to do so successfully after deciding on the GP25-24 idea. We tried again here, and some of the results were encouraging. Marquez said he stayed on Ducati's most recent chassis and did not switch back to an older frame in spite of the demanding workload. He clarified, "No, we are riding with the same one, the same concept." After falling in the pack during Sunday's race, Marquez was asked if he took advantage of the chance to ride behind teammate Francesco Bagnaia. He said, "Just one lap. Pecco rode in 39s in that run, and I got close to 37s. Although that was not part of the plan, I managed to catch him." With Yamaha's Fabio Quartararo in third place and KTM's Maverick Viñales 3/10 back in second, Marquez was the only rider to finish the test in 1 minute and 35 seconds. Marc made an impact on Saturday in the sprint race, even though Alex made history in the full-length race on Sunday. Since sprint races were added to the MotoGP schedule in 2023, he became the first rider to win 5 straight, and he doesn't appear to be slowing down. The issue, in my opinion, is that some people find the Marquez dominance, or the Marquez fest, as I've heard it too often, uninteresting or even annoying. In today's MotoGP, Marc Marquez is one of the most talented riders, if not the most talented, and we get to witness his skills on the greatest machinery. You probably get to see pure, unadulterated two-wheeled excellence for a year, which is the kind of experience you tell your grandchildren about, even though it doesn't make for the best racing. In the unlikely event that Marc loses the title, all the proof suggests that his brother Alex will win it instead of him because he is now 1 point ahead of Marc. In addition to taking Marc's title away, Alex's victory would prevent him from currently matching Valentino Rossi's 9 World Championship titles. Unlike last year, we might not see the dogfight fights that keep us glued to the track throughout races. However, the wider picture is much more important. Records to be broken, titles to be equaled, and perhaps the greatest MotoGP comeback story of our time. Whether you like it or not, won't affect the result, so why not embrace it and take in what might be one of the most powerful performances in a long time. Marc will most likely set a new record for the most wins in a season if you add sprint race victories, but he could still do it if you only include full-length races. Let's be grateful for what we have. Let's even embrace it. Alex is only celebrating this win, even if he has taken back the championship lead. Marc is still the clear favourite to win the championship, and his newer factory Ducati is probably going to improve more during the season than Alex's independent GP24. Alex appeared to be fully aware of this, and when questioned if his statement from Saturday that he was not considering the championship had been changed, he simply said, "No." What are your thoughts? Will the title fight be between Marc and Alex Marquez this season? Let us know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for new upcoming videos. Thanks for watching.